Right, everybody, hello, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So we end the previous episode, now to change a hairstyle, aka I went off screen, changed it. None of you can do this, but if you want to have fun, and you want to either, well actually no, if you really want to have fun, the goal is that, like I would do, which is if I'm playing this later, I also switch the eyes to red, because in theory I should have red eyes. But I am not spending $10 to get that damn vial thing, so that I can go do it again. No. No, you guys are just gonna deal with this. My character has blue eyes and white hair. We're not fully changed. I mean, we'll never be a Siniter, never. Although it still is weird to run around with my character looking like this, I'm not gonna lie. I really want to change my hair color back to brown. I miss the color brown, it's such a good color. I miss Jesus. I miss Jesus. Like I said, I usually don't see too many people running around with white hair as I walk by somebody with white hair. Well, Lupi's back from the dead. I was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me that some evil bastard went and snatched our poor exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked white, what in this world is coming to? But moaning never solved a thing, did it? Nay, in times like this, we Castarian folks stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with Yulmore is back on the table. Best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters or whatever misery the fates deem to fit throw us next. Speaking of misery, Chesmiel was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not something, it's not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. Wait a minute, what do you mean by wringing her hands? Do you mean she was trying to break somebody's neck? Now I'm terrified. You know, if somebody uses some type of medical professional wants to wring your neck, you know you have a problem. There are those that they want to wring Val neck with. There are those they deem worthy of getting their neck wringed. Poor bastards. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spangrick's Cherigans have been for making visits. Reen was kind enough to tell me you were showing some of the eater corruption. So I suppose that was little of any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces growing even more haggard every time they pass through the Crystarium. Just let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. And our own Morn has been a little better. I'm afraid he hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. That tells you how devoted everybody is in the group. They're trying to find a way to save your character. There's nothing they can do. And not wrong, there really is anything to do. Your characters have absorbed this amount of light. The only thing that could save your character at this point is what the Exarch is doing. Which is, somebody has to be willing to sacrifice themselves to absorb this light and do something with it. To either banish it like the Exarch was going to do, which is probably the most appropriate way of doing it. Why does this seem off by an inch? That back one feels like it's not centered. Did they not center this one? I can feel anger flowing through my veins. I hate anything that isn't even. Pisses me off. It's like when I played. Actually, no, I can't say that. When I played Minecraft, I made everything uneven. Damn straight I did. Found it. It says the same thing as the last. Maybe I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Hydaelyn, it's really you, not some figment of my imagination. Well, but this is wonderful. It would seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling I was otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain this worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the light ones defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have poured over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel was absent all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Callus, meanwhile, leads Cryssaria. Our crystalline mean in preparations for battle. Though against what foe, we are yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright would make a much welcome relief. Makes me curious how long I'll be standing up. I don't want to wings like Vol 3, that way I can just fly around and never need a damn... Yeah, goddamn no. Hey look, that person with white hair. Yeah, I don't feel alone now. I feel happy. It's still weird seeing my character like this. I don't think I could ever get used to white hair. It just makes me feel like my character just like got old and they just don't have any more. They just got old. That's it. That's pretty much all I have to say. That's what it feels like. It's like I don't want to see white hair. It pisses me off when I look in the mirror. You just see that gray starting to flow in. You're just like, you're a dick body. Just keep it goddamn colored. Which is kind of more noticeable with my color. Mine's like that auburn. Really weird color. It's brown. It's brown any other time. As soon as sunlight hits it, it goes blood. It goes to a nice hueish red. And then I always get burnt easily. But that's probably because I don't go outside enough. Because I hate the outside. It's dangerous. There's crazy people out there. It's evil. Hydaelyn, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright. You know that? Not a day's gone by that I haven't had folk worrying about what's become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered, Dr. Stead. Not planning on striking out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better equipment or sturdy helms, then maybe you would have won the day, and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Did she just throw gang signs at me? Well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It would be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials. I'm not sure we have that kind of time. Sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Friend. Greetings, Gilnerd. The master of the stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his emphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius, I mean old Grenold. He's a man of unrivaled gifts. I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do us if he can't bloody well find him? No one's seen hide or hair Geralt since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like once he's latched onto an idea? He's probably cloistered himself some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I won't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if Cedric is someone you're destined to meet, I'd wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many of the tales I've heard told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them may be stretching the truth just a bit. Now keep your nose to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grenold, you'll be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered. Of course, I'll let you get back to convulsing. I don't know what that is. I don't think my character's convulsing. Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I have a regular who's eager to meet you. I'd best be getting back. Just because the worlds apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit, does it? Here, we can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Who knows if he'll return at all, since freaking Emmett Selch's got him. Dickhead. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I will dab on him. Hydaelyn, are you alright? I think you returned to your sickbed might be in order. You might consider resting while atop the watchtower next to Rookery. General Sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch does often like to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. Where am I going? Oh, going up there. I know what I'm going. Can I jump off of this edge? Oh, okay. I seen that name there. It's like, is somebody standing next to him, or are they selling products with him? Curiosity killed the cat. It's fun having your character be a cat, and you can say that. See how much irony there is there? I love irony. I hate stupidity as well. Let's get to going. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have the high ground. Good, good. Give in to your anger. Really gotta wait here? You can't just spawn me into the damn thing? Dickheads. Alright, we're in the game.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
So as words I rather people knew, I still can't believe it's coming from me. Still, it's all such a mess. That secrecy is worse.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives.
Just killed yourselves?
One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and... well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
Fist bump, bro.
Well, come on then.
Am I the only one that sits there and sees South Park with Cartman and Token and... Didn't somebody get shot?
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
No.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Eorzeea will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
She is a bad influence. No. No, bad. Bad fail.
Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower?
Why is her wings flapping, giving me a freaking stroke?
Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
Quit doing that. Giving me a seizure.
Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time.
This place, yeah, I gotta get away from that. That's hurting my eyes. I don't know what that is, but it's bugging my eyes.
Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer.
I'm not walking
What
up to
will
a
you do with
tree.
it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
I am not walking up to a tree and saying, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing today?" Tree just backhands you. It just goes, okay. Okay, I don't know what's worse. The fact that you asked a tree how its day was going, or the fact it bitch slapped you. It's like, both? Both. Oh, look at the crystal tower. It's so blue. I feel like it has searchlights. Neat. Oh, flag towers. Oh yeah, get the flag towers up. I want flag towers. Okay, that done there. That done level there. Good there. We good. Wee. Ow. Alright, who the hell do I have to talk to here? Yeah, looks about right. Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of an armorer. What do I know the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations, as any in this city could tell you. He is a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When a Crystallium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and says, because one day the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Ooh. Giving code signals. I like it. Fun stuff. Well, I guess going down below would make the most sense. The closest target. Hang on. Oh, I gotta climb up all those goddamn stairs. Oh. Why can't I fly? I wanna fly. It's the only bad part. I gotta run everywhere. I'm lazy. I hate running. I don't even think I can use the etheric, Ethernet shards if I wanted to. It's really weird. Ethernet. I'm a dumbass. I wish I had Ethernet. Oh, is there something else you needed? If you come for the results of my research, it's persistent light. I'm afraid there's little to tell of you yet. No, I just want to know about the Crystal Exarch. Records pertaining to the Exarch. Well, I need no documentation to relay what I know of his history. If that is what interests you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the Flood. When the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence, its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees and Lakelands who were thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or verberts fleeing their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did the people consider him scintillating skin, so like the tower he had summoned, and bestowed him upon the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, it would seem there is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Ooh. Theory stuff. Got it. Oh, good, I can just jump off that. Good thing I paid attention to my map. Alrighty. Who the hell's the last person I gotta talk to? High ground. Fun stuff. Have fun running up there. Huh, you know what I noticed? We're getting closer and closer to the end of this episode. I'm just looking up here, I'm just like, it has to end before 9. That's all I remember. So as long as we're good around 9, I'm in the clear. I'm still confused with this white tail. I hate this tail. Now it irritates me. I hate my character being totally gray, white-haired out. But if you were going to get influenced by the Sin-Eaters, your character should look like this. Now, see, that would have been something if Square Enix did it. It would be really cool. Like, it just did it automatic. Because that would have instilled more fear. Because it's just like, I can't change my hair color no matter how much I try. And then it shows everybody online like, yay, I'm playing Shadowbringers. Look at my hairstyle. I can't change it right now. Or the fact that maybe you just like that color. I don't know. Whatever comes first. It's good to see you awake tonight, my friends. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh insights to share, then it'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine news of her predicament hit her doubly hard, not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual post at the Incenser Gate. So I got to run to the front gate. Oh god, immediately I said that, the first thing I hear is Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, Helm's Deep, open the gate, and it's the elves coming in. I don't know why my brain goes to that every single goddamn time. All I think about is Lord of the Rings. The fact that I just can't jump over that pisses me off. Yeah, person, they're working on stuff. Good for them. Look at the blacksmith on armory. Look up off to the side. Yes. Yeah, eventually got it. Alright. I don't know, I really like Lord of the Rings. I wish they'd just make another game that was based on the actual movies. So it made me not like Shadow, Mordor, and everything. I was just like, just make Lord of the Rings. Just make another one of us as a character, use the damn story, and let us have fun. That, or just make a goddamn game off the actual movie so we all enjoy it. It's what like every LOTR fan's been wanting for years, and all they give us is, oh, so you want to play Shadow and Mordor again? Good on you, mate. This is exactly what you wanted. It's like, no, I don't. Bad. Very, very bad. Although I do feel sorry for the one guy, I think it was Vigo or something, that played Aragorn when he did 2 towers and he broke his toe and he kicked that helmet. That poor bastard. Oh, that scream was perfect because he actually broke something. it gave it the most emotion. Although I'm glad he only screamed because that was me. I probably went, oh. I just screamed a big F-bomb. You're like, redo the scene. I mean, I was told you had awoken. Yup. Hey, welcome, surprise! Now all the Axlock was returned to us. He was taken by a rival of yours, was he not? Your companion had mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. He even said the delay has been no less agonizing. The moments before he left to join you in Calusia, the Axar entrusted me with a key. He opens a door in the ocular to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with the full 3 loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting? Tell her the truth. Nope. Forgive me. I trust in the Exile, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you've come to me with a question of your own, have you not? I don't get why your character can't just tell her what's going on. I guess it would cause panic. Ah, I see, I'm not the only one who burns Francis. The time has come as the open tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Yep. This is only level 79? Holy crap. Wow, I thought this would be level 80 by now. Excuse me for one moment. Come meet me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within. I feel better now. Fly, fly away. Gotta fly fast. Gotta move fast, dog. I actually just thought about returning to the Crystarium and just wasting that. And I was like, no, I'll probably fly somewhere and I need to have access to that. Or no, when I end the episode, I'm probably going to need access to it, because I'm probably going to end up finally playing some Heroes Gauntlet for once. Oh, Pog, got 55 already, Pog. Oh wait, I haven't earned any. God damn it. Wait a minute, what did I get for doing that? Nothing? Oh, you guys are dick. Are you not for this either? God damn it. God damn you, Square Enix. Yeah, you just couldn't give me what I want. Nope, too easy. That's a lot of players. 2 players. 3 players. 4 players. Number 5, I think 5 was up the high ground. Yep, 5's a fun step. But number 6 too. Look at little number 6 you got in 5 there. Oh, look, number 7. Oh, I hate talking like that. It's so irritating to me. I learned how to talk like that, and I can never quit doing it now. My brain just knows how to do it, and it's just like, never stop, never surrender.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
Umbilicus. All I hear is umbilical
Once you have
cord.
what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Okay, bye, friend. What is that thingy? I want it. Is that thing recording them?
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the Eighth Umbral Calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Cid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Cid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the Eighth Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice?
Damn, he's
'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. It was clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Damn. Tia balls. Thing's been recording and stuff the whole time and nobody noticed. Good thing.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
All I hear is don't give in to your anger. You were the chosen one. I mean to hunt down Emmett's Selch, I mean to rescue the Exarch, I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch. Well, I say we go save the Exarch. Screw Emmett. Save him. Flick the other guy off. If we gotta kick his ass, we do it.
Then we should be on our way. The Ascian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Let's go kick his ass. Find the answers you sought. If there's nothing more you need, I will go and lock the door. I need some directions. What you know about the way of the Tempest? You mean the sea itself and not the island of Calusia. Maybe I requested the Tamers, they will provide you an honor, but I'm gonna go kick somebody's ass. I need to leave this right this moment. I'm not sure. I am not sure that. Nay, I will not seek to stop you. Go to blast into the shadow, and I shall await you a safe return. Alright. What? We are way over on time. We went over on time again. I did bad things. I cannot keep playing. We want to come back to this tomorrow. So, let's head in here. Let's get the spell through so we ain't gotta worry about this no more. Alright guys. So, as I said before, unfortunately I do have to end the episode. You know what, I like seeing it this way better. Yeah, you know what, I like this way. This way works. This way works. It's kinda cool. Blue hue right there instead of blinding all you people in the background. Alright, so, said before, last episode today, well tonight, might have a little bit of time, depends on when I wake up tomorrow, always depends on that, and then I'll probably play a bit more tomorrow, depending on if I have to get called out Friday. I might not have time Friday to record. Tomorrow I don't think I'll have any time to record, so tomorrow is probably going to be a big offline day for me. So it makes me quite curious on when I'm going to get another chance to play this. Again, highly looking forward to it. Highly want to play. All fun stuff, and I love this game. Yes, everything rhymes. I love it when things rhyme. It's always fun. So with that, guys, all I got to say is this. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We come back. with the revelations we learned from inside that room, with the knowledge that we now have in hand, let us go next episode, head to the Tempest, find an Amaru, and then hopefully none of our friends find us because they're probably really pissed off and don't know where we're at. Because I'm assuming somebody came back to see us already and they probably all know about it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.